inside my bag quite a few times.
Yeah. You got to get used to that. India-Pakistan games, the security is heightened. I actually think as well for the crowds coming in, they're not allowed to bring bags in either. So there's no bags, no rucksacks. They're not allowed to do that. Because there's a few of the fans that were coming in yesterday to watch the game we were doing, and they didn't realise they weren't allowed to bring their bags in.
There's a lot of things were different today as well. I noticed cigarettes are a big no-no at the stadium today as well. They were being confiscated as fans were making their way in. There was a huge box of cigarettes.
I bet the security guards are loving that.
They'll have a good old time later.
Everyone will be walking out and just putting their hands in. I wonder where they go.
I think they're supposed to be disposed of, probably. I imagine. I don't know what happens to them. I'm not going to speculate. Right, okay. So far, Pakistan's bowlers, it's been a mixed bag. Salman Ali Agha, terrific stuff from the Pakistani captain, who hadn't bowled in this World Cup up until this game. 2 overs, 1 for 10 for him. And Shaheen Afridi, very expensive, went for 15 from his sole over. Saim Ayub, 2 overs, 0 for 16 from his 8. And Abrar went for 11 from his overs as well. We expect to see lots and lots of spin from this Pakistani team today. Right, Alex, put a number on it. How many overs of spin are we going to see from Pakistan
Well,
today?
I was just going to say, we're going to see loads, aren't we? Because the seamers have been expensive. There's only been 1 over of seam in that power play there for Shaheen Shah Afridi, and it went for 15. The rest of the overs, yes, a few of them were expensive, but the rest have been all spin. The last 30 balls, India have scored 51 and not lost a wicket. So you would feel that, I just don't know when Shaheen Shah Afridi is going to come back into the attack, because he hasn't been bowling well.
No, he's not been very impressive in the first 2 matches. There were calls to have him replaced, but I think the Pakistan sort of brains trust decided that they wanted to go with experience in such a big match atmosphere, the kind of players who've been in this before. Right, the players have had their drink. We're about to resume. India 52 for 1 after 6 overs, and it's going to be Abrar in for his second. Curious to see how Kishan goes out about his business now that the power play is done. He's been timing the ball very well, just a couple of mishits. Now, long on and long off our back, there's a deep extra cover in place, deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square leg. Abrar in. Thick outside edge, past short third, running away towards the boundary. Chase on from Shaheen Afridi. He's not going to get there. It's another boundary for Ishan Kishan. Excellent placement there, because there were so many fielders in the deep, but knew that third man was up inside the circle and picked his spot. He's on to 46 off 26 balls. India 56 for 1 off 6.1.
Well, the ball just starting outside the off stump, but turning quite sharply in towards Ishan Kishan, who played that deliberately down to short third.
Abrar into Kishan again, who's smacked this ball straight back down the ground, mid-off, makes a sliding effort, can't get there, but Fahim Ashraf. The ball gets to the boundary. Ishan Kishan with a lightning-quick 50 here at the Premadasa Stadium. They're cheering. They're on their feet, the Indian fans, as Kishan raises his bat. He's got to 50 of 27 balls, a strike rate of 185, and he's really put the Pakistanis on a back foot. There's a conflab already taking place. Salman Ali Agha in discussion with Abrar and one of the other players. I think that's Mohammad Nawaz, who got into a little mini huddle there with Abrar, who's gone for back-to-back boundaries right after the power play. Abrar into Kishan again. Flighty delivery, driven on the up towards the extra cover boundary. That's another 4. 3 fours in 3 balls for Ishan Kishan, who's hit balls all round the ground. He went behind the wicket for 1, straight down the ground for another, and through the covers on this occasion. 64 for 1 off 6.3.
Well, before that ball, in his 50, 80% of the runs scored had been boundaries for Ishan Kishan. So he's just got a little bit more, just climbed a little bit more there. He's faced 9 dots in his 28 balls. The rest of them have been walloped to the boundary.
Yeah.
And for Pakistan here, and Abrar in particular, he's got to take a breath.
Well, he's going to change his angle now. He's going to come round the wicket. And he comes to Kishan, who guides this ball. This time there is a stop at short third from Shaheen Afridi, who's gone a little bit straighter. And it's a dot ball. Abrar trying to stop that flood of boundaries coming from Ishan Kishan, who's got a big gold chain on as well. Ishan Kishan sticking out of his top.
We're going to see Tariq next, I reckon.
Oh, soon, surely. Abrar in again, just cramping Kishan for room this time. He pulls to mid-wicket. There is no run.
Did you see the video of the Indian players practicing against what would be?
Surya Kumar Yadav was practicing his pause and then delivery. And actually, I noticed the Pakistan players were doing something similar. As Abrar is in, this is short and pulled out towards deep mid-wicket. Should just be a single on this occasion. It is. So Abrar managed to pull it back somewhat after going for 3 boundaries in a row at the start of the over. But India are just marching on at the moment. 65 for 1 after 7 overs. It's been a bit of an exhibition here from Ishan Kishan. I mentioned that he sort of goes under the radar a little bit in this Indian side, full of stars. Abhishek Sharma, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, even Tilak Verma, who had some terrific performances in that Asia Cup that India won last year. But Ishan Kishan reminding everybody just how talented he is. Alex Hartley's going to take a break, and Nagaraj Golapuri, ESPN news editor, ESPN Cricket news editor, is going to join me alongside. Pleasure to have you, Nagaraj. Enjoying the match so far?
Yeah, it's amazing, right? No one expected what happened in the power play in a way that, especially the Pakistan bowling those many spinners and those many overs of spin. But if you look at the surface, I'm sure you've already summarized it.
And Shadab Khan is in, and that first ball has been swept out towards deep backward square leg. They'll pick up a single. In fact, they're going to come back for 2. It's a very big ground here at the Premadasa. Lots of 2s there for the taking. Shadab's first ball was swept quite nicely that by Kishan. He's on to 57 of 32. Sorry, Nagaraj.
No worries. It's just the pitch. It is definitely taking a lot of spin, and it is stopping also the first ball that the first wicket that India lost, Abhishek Sharma. He was surprised by not just the ball skidding, but also like stopping for a bit and then jumping on him.
Here's Shadab into Kishan, who's gone after this. He's got a long way up in the air. Has he got the distance? Oh yes, huge from Ishan Kishan. A big 6 over mid-wicket. He's stamping his authority on this game, really sending the ball sailing to all parts, looking absolutely invincible. 63 off 33 for him so far. India 73 for 1.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pakistan thought that they could kind of dominate Kishan in the power play because his numbers, yesterday I was checking, his numbers against spin, especially in power play, are very weak. His strike rate is 110 in the innings, and about 12 or 13 innings that he has played in that phase. So Pakistan did come out, but I think Kishan has played this really well. He's kind of picked his targets, and he's we can talk about that later.
Shadab in once more. Another flighted delivery swept by Ishan Kishan out towards the fine leg boundary. It's another 4. Well, it's raining boundaries here at the Premadasa Stadium, and they're all coming from the blade of Ishan Kishan. That's his 9th 4 to go along with his 3 6s. He's on to 67 now of 34. India powering along, going over 10 and over, 77 for 1 off 7.3.
Yeah, and they're feeding him to his strengths.
They really are. Shadab in again. Down the track comes Ishan Kishan, drives down towards long on. Shaheen Afridi will field. It's a tumbling stop from him, which allows the Indians back for a couple. In fact, there's a direct hit at the non-striker's end, but he was comfortably home. By then was Tilak Verma at the non-striker's end, who's played a bit of a supporting role here. He's been on, it feels like he's been on 10 off 7 for about 20 minutes. It's barely at the strike.
Yeah, I mean, he also got lucky, right? Didn't he? When Kishan hit him on the pads, he was really lucky not to get injured. But you could see where Kishan is kind of scoring his runs, mostly picking the sweeps of both the wrist spinners. I mean, Abrar, he's really kind of dominated him from the first ball. He knew what the areas that Abrar was going, and to all the bad balls. Last match after scoring against Namibia, what he said was like he is targeting bowlers, not every ball. So he's doing that again here today against Pakistan.
Shadab into Kishan, who goes for a switch here, falls over playing it, but he'll pick up runs. Got a hand to it at backward point, which will prevent the boundary. Saibzada Farhan with the throw. Batters get back for 2. Even when he sort of looks inelegant, he's picking up runs here. It's Ishan Kishan. Very expensive over from Pakistan. 16 of Shadab Khan's first over so far. Just got a little bottom of the bat and fell to his side as he played it, did Kishan, but just sort of rolled through, got to his feet and ran through for a brace. The MC here in the stadium playing to the crowd. Let's go India is the chant. Shadab into Ishan Kishan, back of a length, pulled nicely, but there is protection in the deep. Will they get another 2? They should do. No, the throw comes in from Fahim Ashraf. They opt just for the single. I think Kishan just wants to keep the strike at the moment. 17 runs off that over. India 82 for 1 after 8 overs. Ishan Kishan has scored about 90% of India's runs so far, 72 of 37 for him. The only batter dismissed so far was Abhishek Sharma. It looked like a very different game after the first over, but now India absolutely galloping here in Colombo, 82 for 1 after 8 overs.
Yeah, and Kishan is like, I mean, since he has made a comeback to the Indian team, he has been kind of, in 6 innings, his strike rate has been 222, and he's been kind of using his strengths, which is clearly like clearing the grounds in India, which are smaller compared to here in Premadasa, where he has not gone.
Sorry, just a second, Nagaraj. He's on his back now.
Yeah.
Ishan Kishan, I think that shot, it was the reverse sweep that he tried to play where he fell off his feet. It's caused him some discomfort. The physio has come out now to have a look at Ishan Kishan, who's being stretched and hydrated. He's been given some water as well, but he's on the flat on his back on the ground at the moment, being stretched by the physio. I can see Usman Tariq wandering around the outfield as well. Doesn't look like he's going to bowl yet, but there's a lot of Pakistani players just sort of in a huddle trying to work out what they do about Ishan Kishan. He's really shell-shocked this Pakistan team with a breathtaking attack. 9 fours and 3 sixes in his 72 of 37 so far. A reminder, both these teams coming into this game unbeaten. India have only lost to Pakistan once before in T20 World Cups. That was in 2021. They won a close game in 2022 and another close game in 2024. And smart money says they'll do it again in Colombo. But we're less than a quarter of the way through this game. Very pleased to have Nagaraj Golapuri of ESPN Cricket Info alongside me.
And Atif, I think you should remember that each time Pakistan have held the upper hand, and they have held the upper hand in the past few matches, including the Asia Cup final, it's India have held their nerve together, and Pakistan have not been able to kind of counter that, especially in, I mean, Asia Cup was a very close match. It went to the last over, but the previous other matches were, like, I think even the 2022 World Cup, where Virat Kohli scored that majestic innings, Pakistan did have the upper hand. It's just that how Pakistan counter when India start kind of counter-attacking them is the question. And today they have shown their hand and said that we are going to go with spinners, and now they have to continue with that. But Kishan is not stopping attacking. He's not attacking every spinner, but he's picking spinners. And now I want to see his contest, his one-on-one duel with what's his name, Tariq. Usman Tariq, who I don't think he has ever played or seen. Even yesterday when I was watching the training nets, the day before especially, when Surya was kind of not imitating Tariq, actually he was trying to feed it was Abhishek who was batting more than Kishan. So I want to see what Kishan does against Tariq, and especially the speeds that Tariq kind of keeps wearing at and the slant. So this would be an interesting contest. But
well, Ishan
it's been for a while.
Yeah, he's flat on his back at the moment. He's been getting some treatment from the physios for some time. The umpires are crowding around him as well, just wanting to get an update on his condition. But he's still on his back, is Ishan Kishan. So there's a little bit of a delay in play. I can also see Shaheen Afridi getting a bit of treatment, actually. He's flat on his back in a sort of half press-up position, and he's getting some treatment from the Pakistani physio. He's not being paid too much attention. I think he just took advantage of the moment to get a little rub down on his calves in. Now, is he back on his feet yet? I think he is. He's back on his... He's sort of... he's tying his shoelaces, Ishan Kishan. I think we're ready to resume. He looks okay. His pads are a bit dirty from the dive he had to put in, but other than that, he's looked absolutely spectacular today. Ishan Kishan, such a terrific player. I remember watching his T20 international debut for India. Scored a 50 on debut in no time at all, in 20-odd deliveries, and you got the feeling that a star was born, and really sort of unlucky in a way to be sort of overshadowed by the likes of Surya Kumar Yadav and Abhishek Sharma over the next few years. But this is a big reminder, because people remember performances in India-Pakistan matches.
And more importantly, his journey in the last 2 years has been incredible, in the sense he was kind of sidelined. He kind of asked for a break from the selectors. He said that he needed to work on his mental temperament, etc. So he took a break. He did not play first-class cricket. The selectors kind of, in a way, penalized him by asking him to kind of play domestic cricket if he wanted to make a comeback. He goes and plays domestic cricket, scores truckloads of runs, makes his way back, and now he's kind of earned that place of his. He actually, if you see, jumped the queue and then replaced Sanju Samson, who has hit one of the fastest hundreds 2 years back. And this is a guy who's kind of comes in and says that, look, this is my place, I'm going to take it. And he did say that he did admit that he had learned some lessons, and the one thing he learned was that he now can't joke around in international cricket. He has to kind of focus on what is there and which he wants to kind of earn. He wants to become a 3-format player.
Right. Ishan Kishan is ready to face. Shaheen's had a bit of strapping put on his knee, actually. We did see him moving a bit gingerly around the field earlier. Saim Ayub in for his third over to Kishan, who pulls this ball and just checks his shot a little bit because it turned sharper than I think he thought it was going to be. Gets a single out to mid-wicket. Score moves to 83 for 1 off 8.1 overs. And Tilak will finally get a chance to move off 10 off 7. He's been there for a good half hour. Tilak just been best seat in the house watching this onslaught from Ishan Kishan. Tilak played a remarkable innings in that Asia Cup final to take India over the line against Pakistan. Saim Ayub just making him wait a little bit. And now in he comes to Tilak, who paddles this round the corner out towards deep backward square leg for a single. Nawaz will get the throw back in, and from an Indian perspective, that's the right thing to do for Tilak Verma right now. Just keep feeding the strike to Ishan Kishan because he's really in some kind of groove. India motoring along here at the Premadasa, over 10 and over, 84 for 1 after 8.2 having been put into bat by Pakistan's captain who won the toss. Saim Ayub in, reverse switch here, it's gone a long way, nearly for 6, 1 bounce 4 in the end. It was smart batting that from Kishan, who got into position early, sort of showed his hand, and Saim Ayub didn't really adjust his ball, maybe made it a little bit slower, but Kishan waited on it and just pulled it away majestically behind the cover fielder and over towards that boundary. 1 bounce into the advertising hoardings. 77 off 39 balls now for Ishan Kishan. Here's Saim Ayub in again, who makes a bit of room. He's bowled him! Well, finally, Ishan Kishan's extraordinary innings comes to an end. It's Saim Ayub who dismisses him. Ball just followed Ishan Kishan, who tried to make a little bit of room by stepping outside his leg stump. Ball turned sharply, he missed it, struck the top of leg, and that onslaught comes to an end. But what an unbelievable innings that was from Ishan Kishan. It's put Pakistan on the back foot. They do have an opening now to try and slow things down for this Indian batting lineup. A little moment of respite from this endless attack. India 88 for 2 after 8.4 overs.
Respite, you say? Surya has already galloped inside and he's already about to take the card. I mean, Surya is in form of his life once again. So I think Pakistan are ready for Surya in that sense for the plans. Now, I would want to see if they would bring Shaheen Afridi to pull one over. But Kishan, really, I think the niggle which he had probably played a role in the shots he was trying to play. He was trying to kind of just go for the slogs also at the same time, and this was the ball. Then when he kind of backed out and played that ball, he knew that he shouldn't have done that. So anyway, I think he's done his job, and India's deep batting order will not kind of bother them so much, even after Kishan is departed.
Yeah, they've got a lot of batting to come, as you say. Surya Kumar Yadav, 84 not out against the USA in that innings, where India had a bit of a wobble in the top order. It was Shadley von Schaltwick who took 4 wickets in that innings and put India on the back foot. And it was Surya Kumar Yadav who held that innings together with 84 not out. Just the 12 runs against Namibia in Delhi for him, but an incredible player, and the captain of this Indian side makes his way out. Well, I did say the word respite. Maybe I'll take that back in a couple of deliveries. Let's see how
he
gets
didn't make so many runs in the Asia Cup final.
He did. Yeah. Number 6 ranked batter in the world is Surya Kumar Yadav in the ICC rankings. Saim Ayub is going to be bowling to him. Number 1 ranked all-rounder in the world, so high-ranking contest this.
Is he number 1? I thought he was number 2.
Number 1 all-rounder in the world, yeah. In the ICC rankings, Saim Ayub. Abrar Ahmed is number 2 ranked bowler. Maybe that's who you're thinking of.
Oh no, the all-rounder.
Oh right, the all-rounder. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it was number 1 coming into the tournament.
Into the tournament.
Yeah,
it just changed last week.
Saim Ayub in. And that ball's turned sharply away from Surya Kumar Yadav, who's just played it slightly eerily, not with a lot of control. He'll pick up a single, though, to get off the mark. 89 for 2 of 8.5 overs. Just taking a look at that dismissal again. Perfect length from Saim Ayub, really. Just knocks the leg stump bail off. That's all you need to hit. And Surya Kumar Yadav, from this Ishan Kishan had a frustrated expression on his face. I'll tell you what, I don't know if he endorses any silver companies, but he's going to sell a lot of it wearing it in the style that he does. Tilak Varma with a defensive shot just turns the ball beside him, and there is no run. So a good over that for Pakistan. The wicket of Ishan Kishan and 7 runs coming off it. India 89 for 2 after 9 overs, going at just a touch under 10 and over. It's an opportunity for Pakistan to try and sneak a few quiet overs in. We still haven't seen the mystery off spinner Usman Tariq in action, so we'll look forward to that. I can see him just running towards a fine leg at the moment, so it's not imminent, but he's in the game, and I'm sure we'll see him at some point. Salman Ali Agha just shuffling his deck a little bit. Lots of resources available to him.
It's Nawaz.
Yeah, Mohammad Nawaz will come into the attack next. Took his maiden 5-wicket pull for Pakistan against Australia in the 3rd match of that T20 international series that preceded this World Cup. Coming into this World Cup in good form. And a chance to bowl at the new batter, Surya Kumar Yadav, who's just on 1-off-1 at the moment. He's also quite highly ranked. Number 7 in the ICC T20 rankings, bowler rankings, is Mohammad Nawaz. Both these teams very prolific in this format. They play a lot of T20 cricket. Let's see how Nawaz gets on. Surya Kumar Yadav awaits. Here is Nawaz. As Kumar drives, but a tumbling stop at extra cover from Salman Ali Agha prevents any runs. Now, the average turn at the Premadasa in previous matches was 1.3 degrees. Tonight, it's been 2.4, almost double the amount of turn that we've seen in the previous games. And I suspect that number's going to keep going up the more games that are played here at the Premadasa. Nawaz in, goes a little bit fuller, driven firmly down towards long off for a single by Surya Kumar Yadav. 90 for 2 off 9.2.
Talking about the degree of turn, we have to talk about the pitch, and India made an interesting point after the match against Namibia. They said that they would have preferred a flatter pitch in this World Cup. They're not getting one here.
Well, it won't be flatter here at the
But
Premadasa.
they won't be complaining either, I guess, because they have more experienced spinners equally.
Nawaz in. This is short and wide, and Tilak guides it nicely out towards deep point. They'll pick up a single. Bowling to his field at the moment is Mohammad Nawaz. Earlier today, we saw Rohit Sharma and Wasim Akram bring the World Cup trophy onto the field. And, it's lovely to see them both. He's looking in good nick, actually. Rohit Sharma, last time I saw him, was carrying maybe a little bit of extra weight, but he looks trim. Enjoying his time away, I think.
I'm
It's a
not,
fuller delivery. He's push to cover. There is no run.
I'm not teasing a World Cup winning captain.
No, of course not. There's no teasing there at all. Trust me.
No, we're joking.
Trust
I'm
me.
not just
no.
it's
I'm
like,
saying he's looking good.
yeah, he's really worked on his fitness. Looks like, I think somebody pointed that to him, and he did the high, bringing his knees up and jogging up and down, showing this fitness levels now.
He looked in good shape, as does Wasim Akram as well.
Oh.
Terrific shape. Is Mohammad Nawaz into Surya Kumar Yadav, who guides this ball just in front of point. He'll jog through for a single. They look for a second. Nope. Just on standby. Opted not to go for it. Yeah, Wasim Akram is an absolute beast. He goes to the gym every single day, has like a really regimented diet, and he's nearly 60 now, Wasim.
60.
He is 60, in fact, isn't he? But he just really carries himself and has the kind of energy of a man half his age.
Did you notice him talking to Abrar?
I did.
Just
before
did you
the
notice
start
him?
of play,
And definitely it was more insight sharing than.
As the next ball's played to extra cover, there is no run. 92 for 2 India. They've made a very strong start here against Pakistan in this group match here at the Premadasa. We're going to have a few more thoughts from you, Nagaraj, and then you're going to be joined for the first time, I think, on this broadcast by Daniel Norcross.
Great. I think, interestingly, Tilak Varma had said at the beginning of this tournament that he plays in this role of number 3 and he's very comfortable. This is a role that he had asked Surya Kumar Yadav a couple of years back for, and he did get that role, and he decided to take that role because he felt that he has the capability of playing deep, and he believes this is like a sort of an anachronism in T20 cricket. Modern T20 cricket is like he believes in playing the anchor role, which is not a word that you hear in T20s anymore, but he believes that him and Surya have worked out that if both of them bat together in the middle overs and just not go at every bowler and every ball, India can do well. And it's worked. The method has worked. And so we don't expect any fireworks from these two guys for a few overs, but if they stay there for a little bit longer, Pakistan will be worried.
Usman Tariq with his first ball, and it's been hammered into the onside for 4. Out through deep mid-wicket. Robertson short, dragged down, and Sky is very quick onto that. He moves to 7, 96 for 2 at the other end. Tilak, he came out to bat about 2 minutes into this game. He's only faced 11 balls in that time. Ishan Kishan basically hogged the strike, quite right too, because he was going so well. Hit 77 off 40. And Tilak has only faced 11 balls. And he came in about 50 minutes ago. Here is Tariq again with his stuttering approach and stops. It's driven into the offside by Sky out towards deep extra cover. They take the easiest of singles, 97 for 2. We've seen a lot of turn on this pitch. Plenty of movement. There's plenty on offer, and Pakistan have used 6 spinners now.
Yeah.
Which is relatively unusual, you'd say.
I think they've been playing 5 spinners.
They've been playing them for that, but they haven't always bowled 6 of them.
6,
it's forward. In defence comes Tilak, closer to the onside, just no run. Because we've had the whole suite now. Salman Ali Agha hasn't always bowled himself. Certainly hasn't bowled the first ball of the innings so far in this tournament. Saeem Ayub has, and then hasn't. He's bowled 3 overs so far today. Abrar's taken a bit of tap. He's 2 overs for 24. Shadab, his 1 over went to 17. But now, Usman Tariq is around the wicket, stops and then delivers. Pushed into the offside, fielded at short extra. There's no run. There's no problem with the arm, I don't think. I think people's objection is that
the pause.
The pause. It's like a penalty taker just trying to wrong foot the batter. You stay still, then you'll be fine. I mean, it makes it a bit more difficult to move around the crease, I suppose, because then you're giving it away, and Tariq can adjust accordingly. As he pushes one up outside the off stump, beats the bat, bails come off, but I think that back foot's home, so there's no danger there. So first ball's gone for 4, and after that, just 1 more run. The rest of the over with 1 ball remaining.
You could see in that leg spin why people think.
Yeah, the leg spinner perhaps, but he's also got quite a few variations. The low arm googly I particularly like. It's almost a sort of patirana almost, and then the quicker ball just comes with a slight flex, but you're allowed a bit of a flex.
Yeah.
That's within the laws.
And he's passed. He's kind of come through all the required testing that.
Short and chip down to deep backward square leg by Tilak. He's going to keep strike at the end of the over. Goes to 13 from 15 in stark contrast to Ishan Kishan today, who was quite sensational, 77 off 40, but then he could have been cramped. There was something.
Yeah.
After he got the treatment, he actually hobbled a bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
They took a single and he didn't look. Just the last 30 balls, I was going to say just 46 runs. I think if you look at the last 18, the even more dramatic drop-off since the wicket of Kishan. And the score was on 88. Comes Mohamed Nawaz, that's smacked over extra cover. First 1 bounce 4. Fabulous shot. Now it's gone all the way. Kumar Dharmasena raises his arms. It's just squeezed over the boundary. Pretty flat. It's a wide ball outside the off stump. It allowed Tilak to free his arms. And that has come, as Ravi Shastri would say, right out of the screws. 104 for 2. Wow. 81 metres, just crept over by about a foot. And a look of concern on Mohamed Nawaz's face. No one likes to give a 6 off the first ball of an over. You start to think dark thoughts. Back into his crease this one, and he just gets into a tangle. The ball strikes bat and pad and plops down in front of his body. He is easily collected. He's got a problem here. He's got something in his eye or something. No,
there have been some flies all around.
There have been flies?
Yeah, there have been flies.
Our box had a lot of flies.
Yes.
So have you noticed them? They've been out and about, have they?
I've heard. I didn't go downstairs, but they're saying that there are a lot of flies, which are especially visible on TVs. So.
Right. And then Nawaz in, push it to the offside, hit square of the wicket. I'll take an easy single because we've done a few games here. That hasn't been a problem at all. So
No, I was sitting last 2 evenings watching training sessions, and I was outside. Though I was bitten by a few mosquitoes, but I didn't see any flies around. So.
No, well, there are a few apparently in the box. This one, though, specifically, not next doors, it just targeted TMS. As Surya Kumar Yadav comes back onto strike. 3 in the ring on the offside, a short fine leg, long on, long off back. Nawaz was around the wicket, just tucked into the onside. They amble the first. We haven't seen as many 2s today, partly because we've seen quite a lot of boundaries. 13 4s and 4 6s. To get those 2s, you've just got to nudge it to that area, just beyond the inner ring. And that's not really been the order of the day for India, but it might end up being before you know it.
I mean, it's in a way a little contrast to Australia-Zimbabwe match, isn't it?
22 2s, wasn't it? That's a lot of 2s. Oh, as it pushed back past the bowler's right hand along the ground by Tilak, up to long off. For a single, just a reminder, every ball of every game available of this T20 Men's T20 World Cup on the BBC, BBC Sounds, BBC Sports Extra 2 and 3, the BBC Sport website and app, and on the ICC app, and of course our friends in Australia, the ABC. You can hear every ball of every game. They've got a massive game coming up, huge one, Sri Lanka against Australia from Palakelli tomorrow, which could decide their future in the tournament. Nawaz is in, goes on the sweep, loves it, absolutely loves it as a keeper and the bowler. Umpire Dharmasena is unmoved. Has he got outside the line? That was the full proper appeal, where Usman Khan's arms pumped from side to side. They're going upstairs. Once you've made an appeal like that, Nagraj, you cannot go, oh no, you're right, that was never up. You have to go upstairs. They've appealed themselves into...
We have a play review for LBW. The original decision is not out. To feel I'm looking at the split screen.
Right, so third umpire's involved here.
Looks like it's fairly close to the toe end of the batter. We've got Aldridge. Once that's ready, please have a look at Aldridge.
Well, that's... I think that's going to be umpire's call on impact.
Just waiting on Aldridge.
I wonder if there is no bat. I'm still not sure this
here's
feels
Aldridge.
right out.
It hit his heel straight.
One more frame.
The back heel.
Flat line. Okay, keep rolling through the pair. There's no bat. Once we clarify that, we'll just go to ball tracking when available.
It doesn't...
It's just waiting on ball tracking. Here we go. Original decision is not out.
So that's
Pitching in line, impacts in line. Wickets umpire's call.
Oh, umpire's call.
Kumar will get you back on screen and you can stay with your original decision of not out. You're on screen.
I tell you, that is quite unlucky because he has got it to straighten quite appreciably, and it's quite a chunky umpire's call. You know, it's not one of those just clipping just a tiny shade of ball. But you can see why Dharmasena didn't give that out, because it almost didn't actually hit him in line. It's straightened so much, that ball from Mohammad Nawaz. In the end, they get the leg bye for it, which is the first extra of the innings, which is worth noting. 108 for 2, India. They're going along at exactly 9 and over, but he will survive that.
It was his first sweep too, right?
Yeah.
It was the first sweep attempt by Surya.
Right. So Usman Tariq is going to continue. So I say he survived. You can sort of see, didn't feel super out in real time, but you can see now why Pakistan really went for it, because that was very close to being out as this next ball is driven along the ground through extra cover. Fielder's coming round. It's hit so crisply by Surya Kumar. They only in the end all get 3 for it, because good better work out on the boundary just to pull that back. My word, it does come off his bat really sweetly, and India moved to 111 for 2. Surya Kumar into double figures. As this crowd, predominantly Indian crowd, not exactly hushed, but they were in a state of feverish excitement about 25 minutes ago when Kishan was going utterly berserk. Pakistan have just clawed it back a touch. Tarik's in. It's driven along the ground by Tilak, who moves to 22 from 20. Very much is anchoring this, isn't he?
And Tariq is doing really well. I think he's putting the pressure. He's kind of not taken the pressure because all the attention was on him going into this match, and he's actually just struck to his strengths, and he's that ball that beat Tilak. Ooh, superb delivery. And this is a bowler that batters are not just going to take it easy, it looks like. So
no, but I suppose he's got quite a low trajectory sometimes. It's quite difficult to get underneath. There's that short, faster ball, 101 kilometres an hour. The ball before that was 78. So that's a contrast of 23 kilometres an hour.
It's like you're waiting for the serve while playing a tennis match. You're just waiting. What are you coming out with? Top spin?
Yeah. Well, he appears to have at least 6 different deliveries, doesn't he?
I don't know how many variations, but surely more than...
Full, slower, driven along the ground. All the way up to Fahim Ashraf at long off. So another single. 3-1-1-1 this over's gone so far. 114 for 2. As India build, they got so much batting. You've got Rinku down at number 7. Akshay Patel, for heaven's sake, at 8. They don't have to worry too much about the losing of wickets, but it's not an easy pitch. There's a bit of purchase in there for the spinners. And it's Spantari. He's going to once again, and that's the round arm one down the leg side. Might be wided by umpiring. If it is.
Yeah, that's the question India would be asking themselves, what is a good score here now? Because they have 7 hours to go after this, clearly, and they have their big hitters. Is it do they go for 200, or do you just kind of look for about anywhere between 180 to 190? And because the pitch is taking so much spin and grip.
Don't you think Kuldeep is going to be a handful on this? And Varun Chakravarti, those two could be really dangerous on this pitch. And so Swan is in again, and that's cut to backward point. The parry means that they'll get a single because the short third moved to cover the shot as it was hit to backward point. So he was out of position where the fielder shot up, just parried it a little too far. And they're able to trot through for an easy single. 8 off the over so far. 1 ball remains. It's going to be delivered around the wicket to the left-handed Tilak. There's no slip in place. Should he grab that edge, which he has threatened to do here. He's in. That's carved through backward point. Fielder runs round. Will cut it off, but not before they get back for another Premadasa 2. 10 off the over, 118 for 2. You're gathering your things as if you're on your way, Nagraj, isn't it?
Yes, I'll see.
Have I anticipated that correctly? Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll hear from you later, yes?
Yes, we'll be back soon. Thanks.
Fabulous. Thank you. Right, 118 for 2, 13 overs gone. India going along at 9 and over with 8 wickets in hand. And Surya Kumar Yadav yet to unleash hell. And you have a horrible feeling that he might be about to if you're a Pakistan fan. You're just sort of waiting for it. We've had 1 over of pace and 12 overs of spin. 6 spinners used, so loads more options here. But at the moment, we're just getting some overs in tandem here between Mohammad Nawaz and Usman Tariq. They've bowled 4 overs back-to-back between them. And they're now going to start a 5th because Mohammad Nawaz, who's only gone for 12 in his first 2 overs, is going to continue. Has Surya Kumar lined him up? Is it an over too far? We are about to find out. In he comes, left arm around the wicket, goes on the sweep, wallops this out through deep backward square leg. Really good diving stop on the boundary by shut up again. He's furious because he's over pushed it, but they've only got 2 for it. I think they would have got 2 anyway, so I don't think he needs to be too vexed. There's quite a lot of body language going on out there from the Pakistanis. They're hurling themselves around.
They are indeed. They are indeed. There is still in this game, spin has slowed things down in this World Cup, but the power play was so effective, and just after the power play for India, now they've started to slow down a little bit.
Now as in again, this is hacked into the onside, but off inside edge and body, and therefore Mohammad Nawaz is able to tidy up, and there's no run.
But it's literally since Ishan Kishan got out. So one of these two is going to have to start swinging quite hard because they've only lost 2 wickets. They've got so much strength and depth in their starting 11 that someone else might come in and play an innings like Ishan Kishan did.
Well, partnership's 32 off 29.
It's slow.
Now, Surya Kumar's not going to retire himself as he punches the shortest ball into the offside. There's no run, but might you say to yourself, Hardik, Shivam Dubey, Rinku, Tilak, thank you very much, son, you've done your job. Are you thinking that? Is that crossing your mind, Hardik?
No, I'm not thinking of retiring somebody. I'm just thinking of
get on with it.
just start playing a few more shots. The last 21 balls, there's only been 28 runs, 1 boundary.
Goes on the sweep again, gets plenty of it, but picks out the fielder at long.
Oh, that's terrible.
Horrible. Shut up. Oh, dear. He's just let it go through his hands for 4. Should have been 1. It bounced a couple of times. I'm not going to give him any leeway here.
No.
I don't think it was an awkward bounce.
No, he's just missed it.
Just absolutely wretched.
Tell you what that is. When you pass a ball in the garden to a 3-year-old and they miss it.
I'm furious when they do that.
Yeah, what are you doing? Be better.
Exactly. Well, especially when you're dragging them back. You know, Mohamed Nawaz is bowling a really good spell here, and he should have just conceded 1. He's conceded 4. Next ball's clipped away out towards deep square leg, or mid-wicket, really. Deep mid-wicket for a single. 125 for 2. And look, Shadab will be annoyed with himself as well. And he possibly overran it a touch. It is off a spinner. There might have been some action on it, but actually it bounced. It's one of those ones where it's not swerved, does it?
Stop giving him it. Stop saying it might have this, might have that.
Yeah. I'm trying to find something.
No, it was terrible.
It was abysmal. Right. He's got to put it behind him. As Mohamed Nawaz comes in and stops and does not deliver. Much to the boos of an Indian crowd, who I'm sure are perfectly happy for Dipti Sharma to do that 10 or 15 times every game she plays. As Mohamed Nawaz is in once again, short and work to short mid-wicket. End of the over. Have we had drinks? No, it'll be drinks time now, isn't it? It's 6 and 14. 7 runs off that over. A chance for Surya Kumar Yadav and Tilak Varma to have a word, because the last 5 overs, 36 for none, which is a little odd.
Very un-India-like.
It is, isn't it?
But the ball is turning, and it's turning quite sharply, so it might not be as easy as we necessarily think, because the power play went so well.
So you think Ishan Kishan's innings is going to be something of an outrider today?
I'm trying to think of a reason why things have slowed down so much, and maybe that is the reason. Maybe it is the outlier. Abhishek struggled at the top. He hit that cover fielder 3 times, slightly different in the power play, you know, when you've only got 2 fielders outside the fielding circle. But maybe Ishan Kishan was just batting on a different pitch today.
Yeah.
Maybe
they
knows?
didn't bowl so well at him as well, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't think they did necessarily bowl too well. And actually, Shaheen Shah Afridi's first and only over of this match went for 15, got him going a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'm a bit disappointed with Abrar as well, actually. I don't think he bowled awfully well.
Yeah, he didn't get much support from the other end either when he was on, did he?
No, he didn't. Shadab's bowled 1 over for 17. And Abrar, as you say, not getting support. None for 24. Usman Tariq, though, and Mohamed Nawaz between the ball 5 overs for 35, which has dragged it back a little bit, but you just get that feeling that the moment they put the drinks down, get back to the middle, something is going to happen here. Something is going to kick off.
They're still going at 9s in that phase, though. So
yeah, but some of that was like
it was.
The first 36 runs of that was almost entirely Ishan Kishan whacking it off about 12 balls.
Yeah.
You know, he also faced most of the balls, we should point out. So, you know, Tilak Varma arrived in the first over of the match, and he's faced 23 balls out of 84. You know, that's about a quarter.
Yeah.
Partly because Ishan Kishan quite correctly holds the strike, and also because Surya Kumar Yadav has taken a fair bit of it. He could have been out when he went on the sweep, and the decision by umpire Kumar Dharmasena was not out, but it was a pretty chunky umpire's call. It was a fair bit of ball. I would have said a couple of millimetres more ball, and that would have been out on the review that Pakistan took. They've retained the review as a result. So he may be a little fortunate to be there. But I just think if you've got 8 wickets in hand and there are 6 overs to go, and you've got some absolutely monster hitters coming in at 5, 6, 7 and 8.
Yeah, it's time to get on with it. That was probably the message that's come on as well from the coaching staff. You know what's coming at you. You know it's going to be spin.
No, it is spin. What a surprise. It's Saim Ayub who's going to bowl his 4th and final over. So Usman Tariq has come off.
I've just had a message actually about Tariq from my mum. You know how clued up about cricket Julia is.
Yes.
Is this bowling action legal?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because I've just had a message from our producer Adam Melford. Saim Ayub bowls, of course, guided to backward point. They come through for a single, and I think they've got home, because I don't know that the ball hit the stumps. I think he might have been home anyway. Right. So this from the MCC on bowling action and pause. As we're just having a little check. Yes, didn't take the ball. The ball's flown off him. The regulations around whether a bowler is throwing are simple. Bowlers are not allowed to straighten their arm by more than 15 degrees from the time the arm reaches the shoulder in the bowling action.
I don't think the question is if he throws it or not. I think it's the pause.
I think there is also, though, because we had a little screen where there were like 4 different balls, and there's slight variation in the arm.
But he's been cleared of chucking it twice. I think I think it's in the pause. Anyway.
There's a lot more to get through, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I'll let you.
It'll have to be between balls.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just
so bear
listen.
with. Saim Ayub into Tilak Varma. The left-hander goes on the sweep, big appeal, and given. Richard Illingworth raises the finger. Tilak Varma, well, I think Surya Kumar Yadav might go, no, that's fine, you're out. Go, come on. Let's get someone else in. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get an awful lot of encouragement here from his captain. No, he's got none. There you have it. Well, that was as clear a message as you could get. Richard was also a very, very good umpire, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if this would be 3 reds anyway. But Tilak Varma has got to go. He arrived in the first over. He's going to depart in the 15th for 25 off 24, and that feels pretty out to me. He's gone on the sweep, and it's hit him below the pocket with his knee on the ground, in front of middle and leg. So, 2 4s and 1 6, and that suggests his busyness index wasn't great either.
11 dots.
11 dots. It's a lot of dots.
Yeah.
So, shall we try and get back to this thorny issue?
Yes.
Of Usman Tariq. So you've got the 15 degrees, right? An illegal bowling action is a bowling action where the player's elbow extension exceeds 15 degrees between their arm reaching the horizontal and the ball being released, the ICC's playing conditions say. Bowlers with suspected actions are first reported by the on-field umpires or match referee, and then must undergo testing at an ICC-approved testing centre. Tariq's action was cleared at the centre in Lahore, Pakistan. The laws and regulations around Tariq's pause are less clear-cut, with the issue falling under the unfair play section of the laws and playing conditions, rather than being explicitly defined by a rule. The thought plickens. Right. Got to that moment. Hardik Pandya has come in at number 5, and he winds up for a big one. First ball, fielder underneath it. This could be 2 in 2. He takes the catch. It's another one, and Saim Ayub is on a hat-trick. India have now lost their 4th. This is what can happen. Player at one end is getting bogged down, gets out. There's somebody there itching to bat, desperate to get a bat on ball, comes up, plays an injudicious shot first ball, cleverly bowled, but outside the off stump. It's the one that just goes away. Saim Ayub, you think of as an off spinner, because he flicked it off the front, off the middle finger, and it's just gone from leg to off, not off to leg. It's wide enough, so Hardik Pandya in reaching it got the toe end, and as well caught by Baba Azam down at long off. So things changing a little here. 126 for 4.
Yeah, and I think that comes from the pressure of the partnership previously. All those dot balls. Hardik Pandya's come in and he's gone, right, I need to get on with it. If it's in my slot, if it's there, it's outside the off stump, I'm going for it. Really nicely bowled by Saeem. He's just, as you say, Dan, just flicked it out the front of his hand, but he's just put revs on it so it's turned away from him ever so slightly.
Do that. Sort of
I don't know, these bowlers these days, they're too good for me.
It's not a carom ball as such, is it? Where it was like when you could see the aerials, you know, when someone would flick it out.
No,
the
it's sort of
more
the
like,
leg spin.
Yeah,
It's just the leg spinner.
but not with the kind of leggy action so much.
No.
So when you see him bowl, you don't think, aha.
Yeah.
You know when Joe Root bowls his leg break, it's the most telegraphed leg break in the world. Right, Saeem Ayub is on a hat-trick, and if Shivam Dubey does not studiously come forward in defence to this, I will be staggered, because no Indian wants to be the man who gives a Pakistani a hat-trick. There's a slip in place. Long on has come up, which I think is a good move. I would bring some more up, because I'd say, right, do you want to go after it or not? Because it's heart in mouth time if you get out here. Hat-trick ball, Saeem Ayub has 3 for 24. Shivam Dubey, the left-hander, is a new batter. Oh, my goodness! Now that has spun past the outside edge. And
That's an
what are they
unbelievable
appealing
delivery.
for? It's a gorgeous ball, but I don't think the keeper held the ball, did
That's
he?
a spinner. Yeah, the keeper's still got the ball
He's
in his
still got
hand.
the ball in his hand, is he? Right. So I thought it chopped out.
I think it's turned, it's
Bails
bounced.
have come off as well, so he's whipped the bails off, hasn't he?
Yeah, he whipped the bails off. So the ball bounced over the stumps. The question is, has it come off anything?
We have a player review for caught behind. The original decision
I
is
think
not out.
This is a hat-trick.
The feet are
review,
fearless.
this, I think.
I'm looking at the split screen.
Oh, it is close to the outside edge, is it?
It's fairly close to the edge of the bat. We'll go to Ultrees just to confirm whether there's bat or not involved.
I'm not sure here, you know. My goodness, here comes
Ultrees,
Ultra
flat
Edge.
line so far. Still flat.
Oh,
Okay, there's no bat involved. Run it through. We'll go to side on just to confirm the stumping as well.
Well, it is by the barest of margins.
There's no bat involved. Foot's down, foot's down. Thank you. I'll go back to Ellie on field. Ellie, you can stay with your original decision of not out.
He has survived.
You're on screen. Signal.
He has survived there, but my goodness me, Shivam Dubey. I knew he was going to play that shot, but I don't think he realised he was going to get an absolute ripper delivered from round the wicket. It's spun, gripped, turned, bounced. It's done everything except get the outside edge.
it's literally a spinner's dream, that wicket. When you've got a left-hander on strike, you've got your off-spinner, you're looking to target the stumps, pitch the ball on middle, turn outside the off-stump, and it's gone over the stumps.
Slip stays in place, long on has gone back. Oh, and Shivam Dubey is playing this with extreme suspicion. He just dabs the ball back to the bowler. There's no run. We had 1 run off this over and 2 wickets. it's quite the turnaround. 126 for 4, 1 ball left in the 15th. And suddenly Ishan Kishan's innings is looking like one of the most remarkable you could wish to see. Now then, I think I'm going to have to give the rest of this message to Atif Nawaz, but there is some interesting stuff here about deliberately pausing, as Dubey just places bat on ball more than anything else and takes the single to deep mid-wicket. End of the over, 15 gone. India 127 for 4, couple of wickets for Saeem Ayub. He could have had a hat-trick. He has 3 for 25. Surya Kumar Yadav 22. Dubey 1. Got a game in our hands. Alex Hartley, more from you than it's going to be Atif Nawaz.
Yeah, he's bowled his 4 overs as Saeem Ayub. He's bowled really nicely, getting the ball to turn and bounce, getting it to talk and asking questions of the Indian batters. It's a bit of a shame he's bowled out, really, because Pakistan would have liked him to have bowled a little bit more. I have absolutely no doubt about that. But he's taken 3 of the 4 wickets, and Pakistan will probably think, well, the run rate hasn't got out of hand just yet, so as long as we can keep the new batters quiet, not let Sky go too hard at the death, we're in this game.
Yeah, it was a great over for Pakistan, with just the 2 runs and 2 wickets coming from it. Now the last 5 overs will be intriguing. 127 for 4 India, with Surya Kumar Yadav on 22 off 18, Dubey on 1 off 3. Mohammad Nawaz in for his final over. Dubey's gone after it. Gets a thick under edge out towards deep backward square leg. They'll just pick up a single. Now, Daniel was talking there about Usman Tariq's action and the MCC's ruling on sort of bowling actions and pause, and he sort of got up to the point where he was talking about, you know, ICC-approved testing centres and how you get that approved. I'll explain a little bit more, probably at the end of this over, actually, because Nawaz is ready to go. What I say is, just as I say that, the batter pulls away, just to have a look at where the fielders are at. Surya Kumar Yadav, the Indian captain, facing up to Mohammad Nawaz, who flights one up. Yadav flicks that ball powerfully out towards mid-wicket for a single, 129 for 4. I do think India have sort of, one of the downsides of timing the ball really well is you miss out on all those twos that we've seen here at the Premadasa. Ireland taking loads and loads of twos in the matches they played here, the 2 matches. Mohammad Nawaz in again to Shivam Dubey, who again just dabs this ball gently down towards long on and will just walk through for a single. Pakistan happy with this, just allowing India to just tick along in singles. At this rate, India will get to 167. I think Pakistan will be thrilled with that, especially after Ishan Kishan was going all guns blazing earlier on his way to a 40-ball 77. Pakistan will feel like, off the back of that Saima Ayub over, they've just pegged India back a bit. Definitely reined in that total somewhat. But it's all about the finish. Nawaz in. This is short and just played slightly uppishly out towards deep extra cover by Surya Kumar Yadav. 4th single of the over. Just singles at the moment. I think Pakistan will be very happy with that, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely will be. They are in control of this game at the minute.
Loads of noise, as always, from Mohammad Usman.
Oh, always.
Behind the stumps, Usman Khan. There's Nawaz into Dubey, who's gone after this one. Again, sort of clots it out towards mid-wicket, but the fielder is really square, so it does get to the boundary for 4. There's a bit of a grimace there from Shivam Dubey when he hit it. He wasn't satisfied with the contact, and yet he still picks up a boundary. 135 for 4, 1 ball to come in the 16.
Yeah, he really wasn't happy with that contact, but it was short, and he just pulled it into the leg side. And he did cloth it a little bit, and I think he was more angry at the fact that he's hit it aerial rather than down. But these big boundaries, nobody there who's absolutely safe.
Yeah, Dubey likes to hit the ball hard and long. Here is Nawaz looking to finish off his spell tidily. Goes full and fast, dug out by Dubey out towards extra cover. They run through for a quick single and they make it. So that boundary helped India to 9 runs off that over. But a tidy spell that from Mohammad Nawaz, 0 for 28 from his 4 overs. India 136 for 4 after 16. Now back to Usman Tariq's bowling action.
Yeah, come on.
So it has to be approved at an ICC-approved testing centre. Usman Tariq's action was cleared at the centre in Lahore in Pakistan. Now, the laws and regulations around Tariq's pause, the pause in his bowling action, are less clear-cut, with the issue falling under the unfair play section of the laws and playing conditions rather than being explicitly defined by a rule. The on-field umpires can interpret the unfair play law, possibly using law 41.5, which covers the deliberate distraction or deception of batter, or the more broader laws around unfair play to ensure the match goes ahead fairly. If the pause is obviously longer or shorter, or if he bowls without a pause, that will be considered deception, was one interpretation, which was offered. Oh, here he is again, Usman Tariq. He fires one in on a length that's been pulled down the ground to long on for a single. So that interpretation was offered by former ICC umpire Anil Chowdhury this week. Everything seems okay up to now. I am not seeing anything wrong. The issue came back up in 2014 when former India spinner Ravichandran Ashwin paused in his delivery stride, resulting in tightening of how umpires interpreted these laws. The umpires are left to judge whether the length or